Hey Alex, Coach Benlin here. Just breaking down some of your swings from the last couple sessions. I put all the information and notes into a document I can shoot over to you after the video. I tried to break it down into, I think, 7 or 8 um, different points on a checklist here, so we could focus on these 8 things throughout our spring season, April and May, get you ready for summer. I don't want to give you too much. I kind of wanted to narrow it and you know, knock them off one by one in the next couple sessions. So I'll go through the checklist. I have a bunch of video loops from our last session that I'll kind of go over in real time, and we'll just make those adjustments on the fly. And then I have an image I want to show you, and then a video just to wrap it all up. So a lot of the stuff is going to be a review from the checklist, and it's stuff we've been working on for the past few months now. I'll read through that, then we'll go to the loops. First, I put hands back in the load, avoid drift and drop. We've been working on that for a while. I know we did the drill where the tee was behind you in your load, and you would knock the ball off the high tee, before you went hips and hands. We want to make sure your hands are getting all the way back. You're maximizing that separation before your front foot lands and you get into your swing. The more I look at some of these loops, I'm noticing that when I say avoid drift and drop, those hands are starting to drop down as you track the ball, and you're coming from a low position and you're rising up, and it's leading to some pop-ups. I want to make sure we cut the ball in half from the top and stay above the baseball. For number 2, I put remove the hitch, avoid lifting up when you're loading. This is another thing we pointed out a lot in the sessions, that you have that hitch, and you'll see it in a lot of the clips here, where you come back into your load, and when you peek into your load, you kind of dip down a little bit and you change your eye level. That hitch is going to get you into a lot of trouble when we start seeing live pitching. For number 3, I put maintain balance over the rear leg. You're going to see in some of the clips here that you're drifting all the way onto your front foot, and you have that front knee bend, and your chest is coming in front of that front knee, and you're all out in front, and it's leading to a lot of miss hits. So we want to make sure in our load, and I'll draw this on the screen in a second, that you're maintaining your balance, right, with your head over that back knee. We talk about having that back knee inside that back foot. Your head is the heaviest part of your body. You want to make sure it's not going over to the front side. For 4, we put and it's tied to number 3 really. Firm front leg. We talk about the knee bend. We got to take the knee bend out in your front leg, in your lead leg. I think it's probably the most important thing here. I'll put a star next to it here because I think this is something that has to definitely be fixed to get you to a lot of trouble, especially with off-speed pitches and breaking balls. 5, 6, and 7 all have to do with the point of contact and extension through contact. You're going to see in the clips that your head is kind of following your front shoulder and you're not tracking the pitch in all the way. We want to make sure that our head is down at contact. I know in the last video we talked about the Arenado drill, using the tee work as an example. After you come through that baseball, right, we want to make sure that as the ball flies off the tee, your head's still down, staring at that empty tee, rather than traveling with your shoulder and flying open, right? You can't hit what you can't see. For 6, finish the path the bottom hand. I know I've showed you the video of the frisbee, and we've talked about the frisbee drill a lot. Your bottom hand is coming straight into your pocket after contact. We want to make sure that bottom hand is finishing all the way out in front, right? I put throw the hands at the pitcher. Let your hands fly and get extended all the way out in front. 7 is similar. Finish through contact. Don't be satisfied with point of contact. Extend through the baseball. Extend through 3 baseballs, as we say, and finish your path at the hands. Don't be in a rush to put those hands away. Let them work. And number 8 is the approach piece, which I'll show you on the image. Something you're familiar with. Just want to reinforce it going forward. Break the plate into thirds and hit the ball where it's pitched. Live gap to gap. So I'll go through the next couple loops here and break them down one by one. Let's start with some tee work here. Let me pull it up. I have the machine, I have front toss, and I have the tee. Okay. Looking at some tee work here. I'll let it play through a couple times. I can tell already that I'm probably mentioning it to you in the video, that I can see that your head is yanking out. One more time. Okay, so the 2 things that I notice immediately here are, 1, you're going to see that hitch that I'm talking about. Watch as you pick the front side up, right, and you get into your load, you're going to see that you have a hitch at the top of it, right here. See that your hands drop, your head drops. If we're tracking a pitch from the pitcher's hand 60 feet 6 inches into the plate, it's hard enough to hit that baseball, but we're adding that head movement. It's gonna be very difficult to make solid contact. So I'll break it down here kind of frame by frame, and we'll see. I'll take a better look at it here. Here comes your load. Front leg comes up. Right here is the top of your load, right? But watch the hitch that's about to come. I'll bring it back a little bit. There we go. Hitch right there. See how you get it all at the top of the load, then you duck back down right there, and then you raise back up with your hands and come through the baseball here. So watch your hands. I'll draw a line here to show you. Let's find the top of the load right there, okay? Let me draw on the screen. Okay. Your knob is right there. A couple more frames forward. It's going to drop to right here. I'll mark it here. Okay, and watch how it's going to raise up again. Down and then back up even higher than that first line. I'll go blue here. All the way back up to here. So in your load, your knob and your hands are moving to three different, places before you even land and come through the baseball. That's going to lead to a lot of extra movement, and you're going to see some problems with that. We want to make sure those hands get back, they don't drop, they don't drift, and they stay there. That hitch is something we definitely have to take out going forward. The next thing I noticed on the tee work is watch your head right here. Right here, your head looks great, right? Staring down at the baseball. Off the tee, it's beautiful because it's a stationary ball, it's not moving. So right here, you do a good job, eyes down at contact. As I show you a couple more though, and I think we made that adjustment in the video before the swing, where you start yanking your head out. But definitely off the machine and the front toss as well. Let me pull up the next one. Here's the front view. You can see the hitch here as well. This is good tee work though. It's coming right off the tee, right back to the camera right here. Hitting those 100 boxes directly in front. The roll over there, but the next two are pretty solid. You get a good piece of this one right here. Let me go to the toss and the machine work. Okay, taking a look here off the machine. This is where you're going to see some timing issues here. And you're definitely going to see that head movement I was just talking about. If I slow it down here, let's watch. I also feel like you're a little rushed, right? Here's your load, front foot comes up, hands are back. You see how as the pitch is coming, you see how you're drifting forward all the way over the front foot right there, see? Before the pitch even gets near the plate, look how in front you are. You play it through. Okay, so from the side angle here, you get a better look at it. Right here. It's also off the machine. Okay, so watch this. I can tell you're a little frustrated in the video. So if we go frame by frame here and break it down, Load, front foot up, hands are back. See that knee bend in the front knee? Here's the next swing. All right, so let's break this down. Here's a load right here. So if I draw, when I talk about maintain balance over the back knee, watch how you drift forward, right? It's a good frame right here, good load, balanced, right? But as you track it, watch how we're going to leave this position right here. I'll draw a line to show you your, at the top of your load, here's kind of where your balance is. Take that off, okay? Watch how you're going to travel forward. By the time the ball gets here, look how you're lunging out in front. Look how far out in front you are here. When I say drift, this is what I'm talking about as far as drifting. We got to make sure we stay back and maintain balance over that yellow line. So if we go back here, how do we do that? How do we stay back? How do we not drift forward? I've talked about it with you in your last couple sessions that right here, when this front foot lands, this leg should be blocking off your progress, your movement forward. Okay, so right here, this leg should be firm, should be straight right here, and this front hip should block off any momentum, so you can't travel any further. Once you get here and your hips are here, you should be rotating along this yellow line here. I'll try to show this with a circle if I can. If that's your spine, you should be rotating in this direction somewhat, okay? Blocking off the front side. That lead leg should be firm and straight and rotating on your top half here. This is, I think, is the biggest problem going forward. We can't have that knee bend. I'll clear it and show you. But watch how your knee is going to continue to go forward. It's going to bend and all your weight's going to go over the front knee right here. See? Right there. And you're reaching for the ball here. But look at that front leg here. If I pull up, I'll pull up a Fernando Tatis swing here in slow motion to show you what I mean. Let's watch this. Top of his load right here. Here he comes down, like we we're just watching with you. Watch his front leg. Front leg lands. He's gonna have a little bit of bend, right? Right there, a little bit of bend. Now watch as he's about to make contact. Watch how this leg locks up right here. Okay, this is what we have to get to with your swing. We want to make sure that straight front leg, 90-degree in the back, right? This is what our lower half should look like. I'll play it one more time so you can see it. Hands back, no hitch. Maintaining balance throughout the load. Front foot comes down. Front leg is going to block off the momentum forward. And he's going to rotate on the top half here, hips and hands. Extends through contact, which is also on your list. And that's the frame that we want to get to with you. Hands all the way out in front, fully extended through the baseball, head down at contact. That's a good frame right there. If I go back to your loop here, I'll show you the front toss loop. Let's try to find a similar frame if we can. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Right there, do you see how you have a little bit of bend in the front leg, but not yet? And here it comes. Right there. gonna make it very difficult to keep your balance with that front knee bending like that. And the extension piece right here is point of contact. Let me draw on the screen, right? We want to make sure we're extending through 3 baseballs. 1, 2, 3, as we finish our swing up and out in this direction with the big finish. So extend through the baseball. Let's lock up that front side there, and we should see major improvements going forward. I can definitely help you a little more in person than I can with the video with that. But just to go over what we're talking about here one more time, making sure the hands stay back in the load, not drifting and dropping, taking out that hitch. These are 2 things, 1 and 2 are both about that load. We got to clean up that load. Maintaining balance over the rear leg, avoiding drifting forward over the front foot, which is tied into number 4, taking out that knee bend in the front leg. Um, the point of contact and extension pieces, 5 through 7 here. Head down at contact like the Arenado drill. Finish the path of the bottom hand. Throw your hands at the pitcher, and extend through contact. Finish through contact. Last thing I want to do is the approach piece. I know we go over it all the time in the sessions. I kind of want to visualize it for you. If we're breaking the plate into thirds here, we want to attack these pitches in certain spots. Anything on the inner third, we want to catch out in front here, in front of the plate, recognize it early, let our hands work early, catch it out in front. Anything that's middle, middle, let's let it travel, attack it here, send it right back where it came from, right over the pitcher's head. And anything on the outer third, let it get a little bit deeper, see it deeper, and then shoot this ball to the right center field gap. So we want to take these pitches and we want to send inner third to left center gap, middle, middle, right back where it came from, and then outer third to the right center gap. Hopefully that visual kind of makes it a little bit easier. So I know I'm giving you a lot. Any questions you have my email. Just shoot me an email, or we'll talk in the next session. But these 7 or 8 things should really help us going forward in the spring, and then hopefully, if we keep practicing at these, we'll have them down by the summer, and you'll be real productive throughout the summer season.